Hi guys, Jordan from B&B Campers. We're going to do a handover video on your Autosleeper Inca. So, under the bonnet here, you've got your engine battery over on the left hand side with a nice neat little bank of fuses just here. These will all be to do with like a split charge, you know, things like that, you know, sort of the fridge on 12 volt, that kind of thing is all just in here. Brake fluid attached to the servo just down the back. Power steering fluid just here, this front reservoir. You can see actually that the level is just about right on the maximum line. Engine oil goes in through this cap just here at the top, and your engine oil dipstick goes in through here. You've got a couple of fuses and relays underneath here and in this box as well. Your coolant level is low because the cam belt was done, so I'm going to fill that up in a minute. But you know, that's just to show you why that's low at the moment. The cam belt's just been done, so new water pump would have been put on it, all that sort of stuff, so that you know the water level does drop from where it would have been. So that's why that is. I will fill that up after the video. Air filter sits inside this box just here on the right hand side, and your washer fluid inside this reservoir over here on the right. You can see there right to the very top, because we've just had it serviced, MOT'd, all that sort of stuff. So it's all completely up together. Your diesel filling point is this one just here, and you will need your ignition key to get that to open up. Opening the locker, literally just push on this left hand side and it'll open up nice and easy. Inside here, not a huge amount to show you. As part of the habitation checks, I always go around and lubricate all of these little bits and pieces. So although to be fair, they probably do that as part of the service as well, but I always like to do that. So that's all been done. Other than that, it's all pretty straightforward, to be honest with you. There's nothing to show you inside the passenger side. This seat just winds up like that. Obviously you got your main door here. Had to put a new catch up here so that locks in really nice and tight, so that's not going to come away you know, just with the wind or anything like that. Electric step comes out with this switch just here. Exactly as it should. I have also lubricated the arms for that because they do tend to get a bit dry and stop working, so I've lubricated those, so that shouldn't happen. 240 volt socket just there above that. The two vents for your fridge are just here. So the bottom vent here is so that you can get to the burner, and other bits and pieces down there for the mains, but not very much, mainly just the burner. And your flue goes up here and comes out through here through this little exhaust hole at the top. So if you wanted to double check that your fridge was definitely lit up on gas, after about 5 minutes or so, come out here, you'll be able to feel hot air coming out through the top of this vent like I can at the moment. Down here you've got your wastewater drain, so I've got that closed for now, and then that's open. Obviously, being an auto sleeper, they've always got these sort of special designed parts so that the actual drains here actually sit into a little divot in the body, so it's quite nice and easy to find and get to. Obviously, you've got your awning up top there. I can't really show you that winding out, but it is literally a case of winding it out from the side just there, and then when you get to wherever you want it, pull the legs out, pop them down onto the floor, lock them in place. But honestly, that's so easy. When you come to do it, you'll find that really easy. Or we can, you know, show you how it works on the day, you know, whatever. But nice and easy to use. Gas locker is here. You'll notice I have had to put these in here because the old, so this catch here, which locks into this, these both needed to be replaced because they were so old and not working. But the holes that were there for the old rivets were too big now, so I've had to put screws all the way, basically like little long nuts basically all the way through there, and that's why, and to be honest, it's the strongest way you're ever going to have this, so this shouldn't ever go wrong really. But that's why you've got these little nuts inside here now, just so you know, just so that you know for future. But they're not going to get in the way of anything. It's a huge, great big gas locker, so leave them where you are. Just careful of your head on it maybe when you're getting up and down. But that's that. Your gas locker is nice and simple. There's nothing technical to show you on this whatsoever. If you want to isolate your gas, all you have to do is just isolate this bottle by turning it clockwise around to the right, turning it off, and anti-clockwise around to the left, turns it on. That's all you have to do. So you turn it off before you start driving, and all you have to do when you do get to where you're going, switch this gas bottle on, and then you're good to go. The pigtail's new, so I've got a 2021 date on it, so you've got till 26 to replace that, so you've got plenty of time to use up this. when you eventually need to replace this bottle for another one, you basically just undo this nut up here, which you've got the specific spanners that you need for those, or just get yourself a nice big one. Loosen that off and then unwind it so that it comes away. Screw it onto your new bottle and just give it a little tighten on, and that's it. That is literally as easy as it gets. You then obviously got these hooks just here which hold on to the bottle so that when you're driving they don't move around. But yeah, isolate that before you start driving, and that's it. You've got the brackets here for a bike rack. If you wanted to get a bike rack, it would literally take about 5 minutes to put on because the brackets are already there, already put on with proper sealant and all that sort of stuff, nice and strong. I would imagine it was probably put on there from standard, from new, but it's just been taken off as part of another vehicle's sale. So whoever used to own this probably took it with them, to be honest. We have sold the vehicle in the past, hence the old P&P sticker. The Waco bit up there is your reversing camera, and you'll notice, obviously I can't show you as part of the video because I'd have to be at the front and the back at the same time, but when you put it in reverse, that little cover actually goes over like that and opens up, so that's quite cool. It's a you know, one of the more sort of modern Waco reversing cameras, Waco being pretty much the top brand, to be honest, for the reversing cameras and most other parts as well, to be honest with you. Freshwater inlet is this one just here, so push in and round to the right to get that to sort of lock into place, and then once you've got it there, you can then, if I can get the right key out of my pocket, once you've got it to that position there, you can then lock that as well, just by going like that and taking the key out. That's locked in place, and unlock it, you'll then be able to take it out. So that's that. Your freshwater drain is this one just down here, and to get that to work, you literally just turn this bit at the top, or whichever way it'll go, like that, there you go. Turn that and then turn it back to switch that off. So that's your freshwater drain. Your hookup point is just here, and I'll just point out as well, the reason this has been glued like this, it still works perfectly well, so you haven't got to worry about that whatsoever. It still hooks in and locks up perfectly well. But if you wanted to replace this, it's a case of replacing the entire thing, rather than, you can't just replace this top part because it's a different style. So that's the reason why that's being glued up at some point, but it does work perfectly well, which is why I haven't replaced it. So yeah, that's that. They're just prone to breaking, so actually having that big bit of glue there is probably helpful in a way. But yeah, this is your hookup point. So if you had access to a hookup cable, pop it in there, and that'll give you access to your charger will start working. Any 240 volt appliances and things will work.